finally on the road. We got away just about an hour late. A couple things that, yeah, let's just say we forgot some things and had to deal with. Not a big deal, you know, we're not on a huge time schedule here. Our first stop is Spanky's Pizza in Evansville, Indiana. Gonna have lunch with my sister Karen, her husband Steve. Then we're heading on south. Now I do kind of regret that we didn't go over through Terre Haute and go down Highway 41 so that we could sing a chorus of that rolling down that Highway 41. I can't remember who did that. I don't remember. I don't remember either. But I'm sure some of you have got it in your head now. But anyway, you're welcome. And you know, we've got this packing thing down to a science at this point. And of course I'm referring to the kind of science where scientists used to believe that the earth was flat, because we just don't have a clue. We've got so much stuff.
But he thinks we've got more stuff than we really do, I think. I think probably we have more clothes than we need.
We got more of everything than we need.
We'll see. We've got 2.5 months to use it all.
Well, and, you know, whatever we don't use, I guess we'll just toss out the window or something. I don't know. But anyway, we are on the move. We have got some really exciting stuff coming up, especially for you guys, because we've revised our plans just a little bit.
And we're going to Paducah.
That's right. We're going to Paducah. Now, you're wondering, what in the world is in Paducah, Kentucky that you want to see?
Quilts.
That's right, boys and girls, the National Quilt Museum. I'm telling you, it doesn't get any better than that.
It's going to be so fun. He's going to enjoy it, even if he thinks he doesn't.
Exactly, because I'm going to take a nap on that big bed that's right behind me while she's in looking at quilts. But anyway, that's it for now. We'll catch up with you later.
See you down the road. We're here at the National Quilt Museum. I'm really excited, and I think Randy he's okay with it. So we'll see you inside.
All of the fabric has been hand dyed on silk. She also uses some water-soluble crayon. So when you see this really deep, dense fabric color here, and then it's water-soluble, so when she wets her brush, right, she can pull it out, and you can see it has a watercolor kind of look to it. Amazing. Allison Goss, she had been hiking in the mountains, and she was inspired, and I just think of going up a mountain and then seeing like a vista, you know, and you kind of see this large mountain shape in the back and the clouds, and just in an abstract form, but just beautiful.
We are here on the banks of the Ohio River, Paducah, Kentucky, and the bank is quite a bit closer to us right now than it might normally be, because obviously the river is quite high. So Paducah built this flood wall, and it goes right along downtown, and as you might imagine, it's not very pretty to look at from this side, at least. So what they did was they commissioned artists to decorate the wall. So we're just going to kind of walk along here and kind of get a sense of what they have done with this, and it is really quite striking. And you can imagine how ugly it would be if it were just a gray wall. But you can see each of these panels is lighted. There's a plaque that tells about the graphic. So anyway, Paducah is a really nice place to visit. I have to admit I'm kind of surprised by that, because I haven't been to Paducah for 40 years and it was not quite this nice back then. There's a railroad museum, there's a Civil War museum. Unfortunately, a lot of it is closed right now, so we won't get to see it. But we really did enjoy the Quilt Museum. It was pretty nice. I have to admit that I enjoyed it.
I think it was great. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Got lots of ideas.
That coming from the quilter in the group. After leaving the downtown area in Paducah, we drove out towards Kentucky Dam and Kentucky Dam Village. There's a restaurant out there called Patty's 1880s Settlement. And we didn't really look around the settlement very much to see what all was there, but the food in the restaurant was outstanding.
Their specialty are pork chops, and the one that they recommended is the 2-inch pork chop. What a lot of meat, but it was so good and tender.
Yeah, we still have some of it in the freezer because we couldn't eat it all, but a little barbecue sauce and it'll be great. Well, we're here at Fern Lake Campground in Paducah, Kentucky. One of the things that you may notice was that highway right behind the sign, and you see the red truck over there with the Jayco. That's us. Oh yeah, we could hear the highway just fine, thank you very much. Now this is not our typical type of campground, but it was what we needed for last night. We needed to have full hookups because we had antifreeze in the lines. So did we have to? No. But it was really nice to be able to just flush the antifreeze right through the system, right down the sewer, and not have to worry about it at all. It's gone.
And it meant that I got a nice hot shower this morning without having to conserve water.
That's true. The nice hot shower in our own shower was pretty nice. Well, good morning. Well, technically afternoon. We didn't exactly get off to a very early start this morning. What's that?
We stayed at the Cracker Barrel in the parking lot last night, and turned out pretty good. Only problem was it was pretty noisy. Most Cracker Barrels are right off the highway, so had a lot of highway noise, but other than that, we managed to get through.
The good news was the inverter worked. We had enough battery come up because this was officially our first boondocking experience. First time that we just pulled over somewhere and camped. But we had water on board, the inverter worked, so the batteries got us through the night. We did use most of our battery availability, not all. We could have stayed a little while longer, but probably not another night. So I think, and the heat did come on a couple of times, furnace did run a couple of times during the night, but I think we would be really hard pressed to get 2 nights out of our current setup, but that's okay.
But that's without using a solar panel or a generator.
Right. Well, we would have used those to charge the batteries, not to actually get power, because it was kind of dark outside. But anyway, and this is all very fluid. The original intent was to stay in Memphis a few days and get some good barbecue and other fun things, but it's gonna be cold in Memphis this weekend.
So we're heading further south to escape the cold. Going to the Ulysses S. Grant Presidential Library on the way south.
In Mississippi. Then we're gonna head over to Vicksburg. But keep in mind, it could change. Plans could change any minute.
We are now at Elvis Presley's birthplace. So we're gonna walk along this little path here back to what looks like a fountain or something back here. Dream their dream. Some very cool statues of Elvis as an 11-year-old boy, life-size, and the other bigger than life as Elvis was. And then you walk on around, and here's a little bit of history of Elvis. When he was 11, got his first guitar for his 11th birthday, $7.75 birthday present. His becoming from the young boy to the Elvis that we all know, and lastly to the entertainer that he was.
All right, for those of you who thought that our ability to pick decent campsites had just completely gone bonkers, let me show you where we are tonight. We'll just do a slow turn, let you get a little bit of a view of what we've got. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We're at Trace State Park outside of Tupelo, Mississippi, of all places. And I don't even know why we make plans. I really don't. It just seems that we get somewhere down the road and something interesting pops up and we just say, yep, that's what we're gonna do. You can see our campsite is a pull through. Yeah, we disconnected because we're going into town tonight. We scored a couple of Miranda Lambert tickets for tonight for $21 a piece. Okay, they're not the best seats in the house. I'll be the first to admit they are not, but for 21 bucks, and this campsite is setting us back $17 with full hookups. Yes, indeed. Full hookups. 17 bucks. Awesome. And it is going to be amazingly quiet, unlike last night at the Cracker Barrel, which was amazingly noisy. But this is where we're going to be tonight. So we will let you know how Miranda did. I'm looking forward to that. Even if I will be a mile from the stage, I still think it'll be a good time. See you down the road.
Of the ugly that we could have videoed, but decided not to.
Well, the reality is when you get wet, you're not going to mess with the camera. You can do what you got to do and get on the road. And that's what we did. And really, we also learned this morning, actually, we learned our sewer hose is too short to reach some of the dump points and the campsites. So we have on our list to stop and buy a longer sewer hose at some point, because we could have avoided the whole trip to the dump station this morning.
In the rain.
Yeah, if we'd had a longer sewer hose. So a couple of guys that we parked next to in Paducah showed me a really cool storage tube that mounts on the back bumper. And I know 80% of you really don't care about any of this, but for those of you that do, hey, we're going to show you a video of our new sewer storage hose, or new, whatever it is, at some point.
How exciting.
Yeah, exactly.
So Molly's back asleep already, and we are heading for Clarksville?
No, Starksville.
Starksville, that's right.
University of, is it Mississippi State?
Something like that.
Yeah.
To the Ulysses S. Grant Presidential Library. And we're just going to see how far we can get. The cold weather is kind of chasing us south a little bit, so we're having to do a little bit of calculating as to when we need to be further south. There's some 20-degree weather coming up here, so we had to go south. So anyway, I think that's all for this morning.
What will we do?
We'll see you down the road.
That's what we'll do. Presidential museums are usually located in the state where a president was born or lived much of his life. Ulysses S. Grant was from Ohio and died in upstate New York, but his library in 2012 was located at Mississippi State University in Starkville, Mississippi, which might seem to be a little odd. The intention was to further the healing between the North and the South, even though it was 150 years after the end of the Civil War. But I'm not sure how successful that was, because we found that the museum was closed on Martin Luther King weekend. So that was a little disappointing.
It was really disappointing.
But we did move on down the road.
We're here at the Civil Rights Museum in Jackson, Mississippi. We went to
Meadowbrook.
Meadowbrook Church of Christ this morning, and we're here this afternoon, and we're going to show you around. So follow us.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, oh, I'm gonna let it shine. Say, this little light of mine, oh, this little light of mine, shine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little